EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped. Team. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. He's to the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Yellow, yellow. Yellow. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Julian Okwara. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's...
That is pulled in by a diving Kelsey.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was the tight end. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll send Reed in motion left.
Field, black. Check, Fury. Hunt.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Ready?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Raiders at 11-5 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's Mahomes to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. You look at this Raiders defense. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
Second and 13. And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll take it at the 42. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Attack, attack.
On first down, Mahomes muscles him off. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Mahomes steps away to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Yellow.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Yellow.
Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that's incomplete. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT timed it. They didn't need to go for two.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Ready.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Now they'll change things up. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Let's go now.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Mahomes going to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The returner, Trey Tucker, going to bring this one out. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Red, yellow, set.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. A gain of 3, second down. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Come on,
They'll
right.
come up 2nd and 7.
Check, smash. Hut, hut.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Down.
3rd down and 6.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Set.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Ready, ready.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go down. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 57, 57.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Bilal Nichols gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
3rd down and 13. He'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This is 2nd and 8.
Yellow.
Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Nifty move. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And some room to work.
He's to the 15.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 6-yard line. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Pacheco once more.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
43 rail.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa.
Here we go.
On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Ready.
Taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. You give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A 1st down run with Jacobs won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard, but that's about all, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Ready?
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's 3rd down now. Here's Pacheco once again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Mahomes.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock. and let your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Mahomes.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes to throw it. Got an open man. It's Schwartz.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. One final try for Mahomes.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Las Vegas, they finish off the regular season at 12 up and 5 down.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Kansas City,
they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 4-13 campaign.
And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.